Hello there, running-ears. It's Manny again, and there's not much to cover right now, but I promised I was going to make something this week. There is two topics, although they're very minor. We'll go over those, and we'll go over what's going on with Disneyland, and we'll go over what's going on with Princess, and then we're going to get into today's topic. But before, as usual, guys, you have done an amazing job, guys. Subscriptions are over 500. We want to get to 1,000. So, guys, if we get to 1,000, you guys are going to make my job a lot harder, which I want to make it a lot harder, which means I'm going to have to go live on the runs. So, guys, if we get to 1,000, I'm going to go live on the run. So, guys, if you cannot make a run, you can see it live in the morning. As a matter of fact, if you even want to run on your treadmill, even pretend you're running with us, that would be a great thing. But guys, again, you're doing an amazing job with asking questions. I'll answer as much as I can. I sometimes take some time, but I will always answer questions. And guys, please share this information with anybody out there, and let's get right to it. So first off, the stuff that we do know, so news that runDisney has put out. Well, the first thing is we got an email from runDisney, and let's take a look. As you can see, it's just a congratulations email for the Magical Miles. Now, the reason I say this is, guys, don't take these emails for granted. A few years back, we're talking 5+ years ago, there used to be a link, and that link would actually allow you to sign up for next year's runs. So this is what they did way back in the day. So you never know if they're going to bring that back. So a lot of people will kind of look at it and go, okay, it's just a thank you. And actually, you'll see 2 or 3 of them in a row that are just thank you. You never know if that 4th or 5th one is going to have a link to register for the next year's race. So that way you don't have to put up with everything that we're all putting up with registration day, am I going to get in, so forth and so on. So guys, make sure you look through that email every time you get one. The second thing that is happening, it looks like the live runs at the resorts are coming back, and we had somebody post this. So it's just a simple invitation for the Boardwalk Resort to run on January 20th. Now, with that said, in the past, they did charge, but they would give you bottled water. They gave you a couple of other things. So it was an inclusive thing. So I'm not sure. It did not say here that they were charging. I think that they might bring them back for free for a little bit, and then they're going to make sure that they charge. But guys, again, most resorts have some kind of trail. They may not be long trails, but like the boardwalk, we run through the boardwalk a lot of times, so you guys know the trail back and forth that you can do. And you could probably get 4 or 5 miles. I mean, if you really wanted to and go around, you'll probably get a half marathon in, but a good easy 3, 4, 5 miles in. But those runs are back. So that's the second thing that we know is happening. So guys, let's talk about Disneyland. Disneyland, I believe next week, for sure the week after, we are going to get information. We are roughly a little over 2 weeks away from Club Run Disney registering, and a little over 3 weeks away from us mere mortals, foolish mortals, registering. So I do think they're going to start saying stuff pretty soon. A good indication is I've been looking at the websites. I've been looking at the social media, and actually a couple of people asked questions about hotels. And if you notice, of course, the hotels have not gone on sale for next year yet on Disney property, and I believe Marriott has not either. But a lot of the hotels are selling out for those dates. So guys, that's a good indication how popular this run is going to be. So with that said, in a little over a week, so January 31st, mark your calendars, I will put out the video. So it's going to give you 2 weeks in advance to basically watch it again, to get all the tips to help you register for the run. Like I always say, and I've always said this before, I'm going to say it again. It's not a guarantee that you'll get in, but you'll have all the tools to help you make the most out of it, so you can get a better chance of getting into those runs, guys. So Disneyland registration is coming. Registration day, right? And so it's coming February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day early. And so let's move on and talk about what's going on with Princess. So with Princess, nothing's really going on. I don't expect to hear anything, especially with Disneyland information coming, and we still got some time. So I'm going to give it a couple more weeks before we start getting courses, before we start getting information on merchandise, before we start getting Run Tracker, Expo Pass, all that stuff, virtual queue. So that's going to be something that's going to be coming. But I think, give it a couple more weeks before you start hearing anything. Besides that, everybody is so into Disneyland registration right now that, I don't really hear a lot of princess stuff, or as much as in previous years that we would hear. So with that said, we're going to get to today's topic, guys. And as the title might say, how scary are the balloon ladies? So I watched some videos of people that actually got swept and actually were, obviously close to the balloon ladies on a regular basis. Be honest with you, some of it it's just like anything else. It's perspective. Some of it was sensationalism. Some of it was informational. I'm going to tell you right off the back, this is truth be told. I have never, ever met the balloon ladies myself. I have never been to the back, so I don't know what the protocol is. So all I did is watch a whole bunch of videos to kind of give you an idea of if we should fear the balloon ladies or not. So first off, who are the balloon ladies? Now, the balloon ladies are, from everything that I've read, including interviews with them, there's 2 or 3 of them at any given time, and they are interchangeable. They usually come from a local running club or running store, so running club store, and they're part of the Callaway trackers. So they're the 16-minute mile. So if you see people, with the times, the expected times are like for a half marathon, you'll see the 2.5 hours, you'll see the 2 hours, you'll see the 3 hours. They are basically the cutoff. So whenever you're following them, so let's say the cutoff is 3.5 hours roughly for the half marathon, that's them. So they're the 3.5 hours. So that's what the balloon ladies are. Can they get swept? Since they are not, and this is a key thing, they are not officially Run Disney employees. They're not cast members. They're not employees. Yes, they can get swept. And from all intents and purposes, and I've seen this on social media also, they're getting warned that a lot of times that they are falling behind the pace, so they have to pick up the pace. So balloon ladies do have to keep the pace or else they might get swept. Also, if you fall behind the balloon ladies, does that mean you're going to be swept? And the correct answer is not entirely true. It depends on how far behind you are in them, because sometimes they are walking at a 15:50 pace. So as long as you don't fall that far behind them when they're walking at that pace, you should be okay too. It means you won't get swept. Now, I've never met them, like I said before, but all intents and purposes, everybody that I have talked to, all the videos I've seen, the interviews, they all say the same thing. They are very, very nice, and I 100% believe that. I think that, the running community, like I said before, is all inclusive. They take everybody in. They basically give you a virtual hug all the time to try to help you out. I believe that about the balloon ladies, and they're out there. They're encouraging people to run, to finish, and I do believe they are very, very nice. So with that said, I started reading a lot of people that didn't make it, that got swept, and even saw some videos of some video bloggers that got swept. Now, here goes the deal. This is the topic. Should we fear them? My answer is no, we should not fear them. As a matter of fact, I think that if you fear them, you basically have put yourself behind the 8 ball, so to speak. You have put yourself in a really, really bad position. Guys, they're just people like you and I. They're doing their job, and they do a really, really good job about it. So here goes a way to make sure that you don't have to fear them. You guys ready? Write this down. Do your training and trust your training. So guys, if you train at a 15-minute pace, then you know that you're going to be ahead of them, even if you start with them. So that means that if you start with them, you're going to finish in a half marathon 13 minutes ahead of them if you stay at that 15-minute pace. Now that 13 minutes can give you some character stops. It can give you some bathroom breaks. It can give you some water stops, whatever you want to use that for. So always use that to your advantage. But guys, it's how you train. One of the common themes that I saw when people got swept was, I didn't train right. I didn't train right. Well, that's not the balloon lady's fault, and there's no reason to fear them for that. That's the fault of the runner. They didn't train right. So now, let's say you train at 16-minute pace. But you say, man, I want to stop at all the character stops. Again, you're going to have to change your training. So that's why, remember, I actually did a training video when I said, guys, emulate your training. So if you're going to want to stop and take pictures, during your training, stop, 4, 5, 6 times and stop for about 3, 4, 5 minutes, something like that, to kind of emulate something that you're going to be doing. So that way you're prepared for it. As long as you're prepared, there is no reason to fear the balloon ladies. And guys, when you see these videos of these people who got swept, be mindful of the fact that they say, I didn't train right, I didn't do this and stuff. So don't let that lead to fear in your mind. You guys are going to be training on your own or with a group, and you're going to trust your training. Once you get that training done and you know how fast you're going, what you can do, how many character stops you can get, you're going to be fine, guys. So don't worry about the balloon ladies. So guys, that's it for this video. I just want to thank you guys for being yourself. You guys are awesome. You guys are the reason that this channel keeps growing. You guys are the reason that I'm doing this. And also, I actually brought a new light. So this should be a little bit brighter. Comment down below and let me know what you thought about the lights. That's one thing. But also, comment down below if you still fear the balloon ladies. What are your fears about the balloon ladies? Is it your training? Is it something that you saw, something, a personal experience that you had before? So just comment down below. And if you don't fear the balloon ladies, say, I don't fear the balloon ladies. But guys, besides that, as always, I want to say, create a magical day, create a magical run, and guys, see you sooner than later.